All right, this is from OAN.
Now Rian speaks with founder of FEC United, Joel Altman, who made a bombshell discovery about a key member of Dominion's leadership.
Joe, you infiltrated an Antifa conference call this past September.
An Antifa conference call! Holy shit! Look at this dude right there. I used to work for a guy that looked exactly like this. Don't trust him. Anyone, like I wear the button-up shirts that are apart with the chain down. Like, we're scuzz buckets. Don't trust us. Anyway, he was on an Antifa conference call, which right there is a red flag. That never happened. So I'm assuming this dude is going to make everything up that he's getting ready to say.
And accidentally came upon a top Dominion voting systems executive named Eric Coomer.
Whoa. And there is an executive in an Antifa conference call. It is my right-wingers are morons flag. You can get it on the shirt at the FREAKIN shop. This came from, God. I forget the name. I wish I could plug them. The name of the website slips my mind, but this is my Fuck Nazis shirt. And I got it after the rally in Charlottesville. The proceeds from this shirt went to the Heather Heyer Foundation. I love this shirt. I wore it to vote. But anyway, back to this sleazy looking dude.
Call and what it led you to find.
It was interesting how the call started. Somebody says, "Who's Eric?" He says, "Eric's a Dominion guy." Someone actually said, "Hey, go ahead." I told him to continue speaking, and someone interrupts and says, "What are we going to do if effing Trump wins?" And Eric responds, and I'm paraphrasing this, by the way.
You're making it all up, dude.
He's not going to win. I made effing sure of that. And then they started laughing, and somebody says effing right. At that point, I thought to myself, this guy's crazy. These people are crazy because I think
you're crazy.
Jedi warriors, and they can just will themselves.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
Yes. I think you're all fucking crazy.
To Trump not winning.
Fast forward to just after the election, Altman sees an article concerning Georgia's last-minute Dominion voting software updates. The article cites Eric speaking on behalf of Dominion. Altman remembers his September call and begins to dig deeper.
But I did do research on Eric, and so I just put a simple Google search to start, which was Eric Dominion, Denver, Colorado, and Eric Coomer came up immediately under Dominion voting systems. Anytime that there was a press release, Eric Coomer was the one giving that press release. Anytime that they were pitching the product to different municipalities, he was the one pitching the product. And I'm talking about Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, Pennsylvania, you name it, his name pops up everywhere.
The real shocker came when Altman found Coomer's Facebook posts.
And when I got access to his Facebook, you get that sinking feeling like what this is crazy. Here's a director of,
it is crazy.
Of strategy and security at Dominion. And when I got into his Facebook page, that's when things really started to kind of come together for me that Eric Coomer was this, that he was not just Antifa, he was responsible for putting his finger on the election.
Posts including the Antifa Manifesto, vitriolic posts against all Trump voters, song links like Dead Prez and F the Police and F the USA. Altman says,
excellent songs. Fuck the Police, I assume the Ice Cube classic. Dead Prez, that's a, that's a punk band, isn't it? The Kennedys? I'm not that up on the punk music.
Coomer had the title and the power to exercise his vitriol through Dominion. If Coomer is investigated and found to have indeed tampered with a presidential election, such an action could be tried for treason. Unfortunately, the question is, will the FBI step up to investigate? For more on this interview and others, tune in for...
Wow, OAN really is going off the deep end. And what they're doing is they're shoveling the shit that their viewers really want to hear. I was on an ANTIFA conference call and found that ANTIFA is working with this fucking CEO of a company to rig the election. Wow. Now, Dominion has fired back. And they say they're actually going to hold...
thousands of Louisiana homeowners...
You shut up. They're actually going to hold Sidney Powell, who I guess has been the most prominent, because who the fuck was that dude? Sidney Powell, though, actually has a reputation, and she's gotten on the news, just completely bashed this Dominion software. They're now saying they will hold her accountable for any harm connected to the voter fraud claims. They released a statement on Thursday. On Thanksgiving? Come on, you fucking heartless corporation. Plans to hold Sidney Powell and her associates accountable for any harm that may result from the voter fraud claim she has made in the wake of the 2020 presidential election. The company gained an elevated public presence this election cycle, in large part due to disputed claims that President Donald Trump and his associates have made about the company over the last few weeks. Says its employees have been threatened. One worker even had a bounty placed on their head. That doesn't surprise me, but anytime you're in the public eye, you're going to get death threats. I've gotten death threats. God, I've had at least 7 or 8 in the last week. But now, Rudy and the gang presented their case to a judge in Pennsylvania. And on Saturday, that judge smacked them down and says, in the United States of America, this cannot justify the disenfranchisement of a single voter, let alone all the voters of the 6th most populated state. The judge said one might expect compelling legal arguments and factual proof of rampant corruption. Instead, this court has been presented with strained legal arguments without merit and speculative accusations. Rather than requesting that their votes be counted, they seek to discredit scores of other votes, but only for one race. This is simply not how the Constitution works. And I present this to right-wingers all the time. General Mattis, the defense secretary, Trump's own defense secretary, said that Trump is a threat to the Constitution. And this is the kind of shit that he was talking about. Not how the Constitution works. Now, the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania, who I have a feeling is going to be a rousing star in the Democratic Party, thanks to all of this, Peter Strzok trial? Peter Strzok was never put on trial. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. We can never get to the video here. What is this guy? John Fetterman, who looks like he should be wrestling in the WWE. Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania.
I hope they do. I hope they do. And
he was asked about them appealing, the Trump lawyers appealing the ruling that we just talked about to the Supreme Court.
I hope they do. I hope they do. And they're going to get their clock clean there the way they did, here in Pennsylvania. I mean,
Oh, yeah. I do know what you're talking about in the hearings. Yeah, there were so many other FBI agents that were Oh, that's not even what you're talking about. 8 Republicans dissing Trump. Oh, but there were other FBI agents. Like, their text messages about Hillary during that whole ordeal were far worse than Trump's. But yeah, Republicans have been bashing this shit, and we're even going to get into some Republicans bashing Trump. It's amazing to me that there haven't been more that want to step up and be on the right side of history. It may cost you politically right now, but you will be remembered in textbooks as having some fucking balls. So I'm amazed there's not more people stepping up. And especially trying to stake their 2024 hopes. But then again, Trump got more votes this time than in 2016. So clearly that's where the Republican voters are at. So I mean, I guess if you want to have a future inside the Republican Party, you do have to fall in line and suck Trump cock. But John Fetterman here, I think we'll see more from him, maybe even a senator from Pennsylvania shortly.
I hope they do. I hope they do, and they're going to get their clock clean there, the way they did, here in Pennsylvania. I mean, all of the snake handling at the Ramada that they had the other day here in Pennsylvania.
I will check that out.
This outcome, and no matter what they do, it's not going to change the outcomes, because there was 2 documented cases of voter fraud here in Pennsylvania, and they both involved voters trying to vote for the president. So no matter what they try and what they do, we all know how this movie's going to end.
We even played a video of a woman saying that she knew about voter fraud, that she did it, and she voted for Trump twice.